24/8, mate.
24/6.
What?
6 days, isn't it? Because one day was out of the week. No. Awkward silence. Anyway.
Extremely good timing, seeing as something amazing just happened.
So, basically what happened was, GeoHop, he didn't have to give it away, but he gave the public key away on his website to everyone. So now they can run homebrew games, pirate their games, without Sony being able to do a damn thing about it. But they can, that's for offline use. But for online, they can do certain checks, and apparently Sony have banned a few consoles because.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, no, actually, I don't know why I'm saying. Oh, really? I actually know probably about 6 people that have got banned, and they're the people that I know for a fact, and not people that could possibly hack.
Right.
Like they're not into that sort of thing, and they wouldn't know how, like, if they really wanted to. But I don't know. I think they might be unbanned now. I've got someone on my Skype I think they're online now, actually, that had their console banned, but he's now got it unbanned. So
yeah, see, I mean, every company makes mistakes. They're just trying to be sure that their console they've worked hard on doesn't fruit stop, you know.
And I'm glad that they are fixing it and not sort of just leaving it to rot.
But yeah, people are, you know, obviously this is a chance for Xbox 360 fanboys to just give the PS3 loads about how, you know, it's finally hacked and, you know, but they forget that the 360 was hacking about.
Just keep going.
Yeah. Bob just had a little.
Relay a secret message to Waffles.
So they forget that it was hacked in about 6 months, the 360, and people just, but the PS3 is a lot worse. I mean, they've just practically raped the PS3 in terms of what they can do with it. They've got it wide open. My voice is cracking. So anyway, what happened is some rebel who thought it was cool, he decided to tweet the public key to Kevin Butler, and Kevin Butler is kind of the unofficial vice president for everything awesome. Everything. He's just made up a fictional character that Sony used for their marketing, and it's doing really well. I mean, he has some great adverts. If our listeners should go check them out on YouTube. And he's got a Twitter account at the Kevin Butler. And some user tweeted the public key to him and wrote at the end, "Come at me," as if, like, you know, because Sony were trying to get this key down from every single website it was available from. The person, obviously it wasn't Kevin Butler, but the person managing his account didn't know what was going on, and he retweeted the code and the reply saying, "Oh, you just sunk my battleship," and, you know, hilarity assumed straight after that.
The guy that tweeted at him actually tweeted later on, like a day later, he doesn't even own a PlayStation 3. He actually is an Xbox user.
The person tweeted that he himself or Kevin Butler owns an Xbox.
The person who gave Kevin Butler the code.
Right.
Said that he owns an Xbox, doesn't own a PS3.
There you go. That's a fanboy in action there. Fanboy douchebag. Yeah, fuck him. You're gonna have to beat that. Dickhead.
That's some trophy noise spam.
I'll beep it, don't worry. Anyway, anybody else want to contribute?
I'll just while we remember, if there's anything that the people listening, I don't know if they're going to be listening live now or in the recording of the podcast, if there's anything that you guys really urgently want us to talk about, then it should be okay if you get in contact with us. We're on Twitter. We're at CDZ Podcast, Chaos Drop Zone Podcast. So you can get in contact with us on there, and we'll be sure to check it out.
Or if you're an American listener, it's CDZ Podcast.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they are retarded like that.
So if you find it... Zed! Nazi zombies!
Oh no, not Zed.
Also you can...
Something you want us to talk about, tweet us at CDZ or Z.
Podcast.
We'll have the Americans saying Z and the English saying Z in a minute.
Yep. And also, if you'd rather stay private, you can also, if you don't have a Twitter account, you can email us at cdzozpodcast@gmail.com.
It's like you don't know the letter. It's like, is it Z or Z? I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll have those details on the Twitter soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to move on to my half review. It's not going to be a full review of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Now, I picked up this game recently at a pretty decent price from Game because they had some award going on, so I got a £5 discount off it, and I got it for like £19 or something.
Oh no! Oh, I think I might remember that actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap if you live in America, so it's about less than half price.
Yeah.
So what can I say? Criterion made this game, who made Burnout Paradise and the other Burnout games, and they thought they'd have a go at making the Need for Speed. I forgot the Need for Speed franchise, and I can say it's very different. If you're picking up this game and you haven't yet picked it up, and you have Burnout Paradise or any other Burnout game, it's going to be very, very different. As you can look at the cover, the focus is pretty much carnage and crashing, but when you actually play the game and you're playing online or you're playing against opponents, you'll notice that that's not the actual aim to knock your opponents out. Sure, you have all these power-ups like an EMP, a spike strip, but it's not the same as Burnout Paradise. Another thing, Burnout Paradise, it's also, if you're going to buy this game, try to buy it new, because you have to have the online pass. You have to purchase the online pass or buy new in order to play online. There's no way around it at all. Like, Bad Company 2 and Dead Space 2, you could buy it new, you could put the code in and it would, or you didn't have to put the code in, you could still play online, but you'd get access to bonus features. With this, you have to buy it, you have to have the code in order to play online, unfortunately. Thanks, EA.
Okay.
Thanks,
EA.
Yeah, Lisa, you wanted to say something?
I didn't like that about the game.
Yeah, it's annoying, doing that, but I can see where they're coming from, because they're getting no money out of the used market. With this, at least they get something back from people who decide to buy the game used.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can play as two races. You can play as the racer category, or you can play as a cop category, and you unlock cars as you go along for each, and they're both you unlock really fast cars for both of them. There's definitely that emphasis of speed. You can have custom soundtracks, which is good on the PS3. I like how Criterion pay attention to that sort of thing. I must say the graphics in the game are pretty good, damn good, especially when it's raining and there's thunder and lightning. The sound effects are really good as well. You might have to put the engine sounds down, as the music, it takes time for them. The music plays quite low, even the in-game song. I don't really listen to the in-game soundtrack that much, but you might like it. I don't know if it's worth picking up, but if you want to compare it to Burnout Paradise, it's going to be really different. So expect something different. Right. You have to actually drive try not to crash. In this sort, the objective is try to beat your opponent, but try not to crash at the same time. I was playing my friend online. I crashed him around, and he gave me loads of crap about, oh, you're crashing me, what you're doing, you're playing unfairly. And I was like, if you play online,
what are you doing, man?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if you play online, the same thing happens, doesn't it? And he's like, yeah, well, they're cheating. They're not playing the game properly.
If it's in the game, then it's there to be used. Really.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see where it's coming from after I played it, because it takes so long after you've crashed to actually get back on the road again. That delay where it shows like a little cutscene of you being crashed.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, there's
a bit like with Dirt, you could rewind your crashes. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I mean online as well, they don't give you much time. They make you wait like 8 seconds or something. Even and you think, come on, I want to get back into the race, and by then your opponent's just zoomed off, and it's really hard to catch up to them as well. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's an unofficial review. I ain't got much to say. I might do a written review sometime in the future, but if it was up to me, I'd have to give it a 6 or maybe a 7 out of 10.
Okay, well for 20 quid, I think that's like, if you got some playability out of it, that sounds good.
Yeah, unfortunately though, I mean, I was a bit naive and I just entered the code, and you do get like a 2-day free trial where you can try out the online. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna like this. I thought, Criterion have made it, I'll have their confidence, and I foolishly just put the code in thing, and then I kind of regretted it afterwards, not playing trial, but I guess I'm just gonna have to grow to like it.
Alright, so I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a pound and a quid? Are they different units of currency?
No,
exactly the same.
Okay, so it's kind of like how to us we have $1, but we also have $1 or
Yep.
$5.
Yep.
$5.
Yep.
Exactly the
So
same.
quid is like a slang term?
Yeah.
Or...
Yep.
Okay.
We're clearing UK currency up one step at a time on the podcast.
That's another UK America difference there.
Yeah.
Like, ZZ buck quid.
Highway, motorway. So,
trousers.
do any of the folks here in the podcast have any questions to ask me about the game or anything? Covey, you've been a little quiet there. He's going to be right back.
I was just gonna, like, do you mind if I just ask you,
Sure.
have you ever, like, what other racing games have you played, and how would you say it relates to, like, has it taken any good elements from them and put them in, or is it, like, just sort of the same old, like?
It's definitely taken, you know how Most Wanted was? It's taken cops, you know, taking down the opponents, that sort of theme, and it's added, like, progressional damage, where if you get hit, a bump will fly off, you know, paint, scratches, bumps, and things will occur.
Oh, yeah, they had that in, I can't remember which game it was. A game I had a very, very long time ago.
Is it Juiced, maybe?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever owned that. But it's, like, a really old game, and your car gets battered up, and you lose your bonnet, and then, like, part of your chassis comes off, and it's just, like, I really like that as part of a...
Yeah, but the thing is it'll never affect your driving, because you have to remember it's an arcade game, it's not a simulation like Gran Turismo 5, so you can lose, like, a wheel and it'll probably still be driving at its full speed. Yeah, that's another thing. The handling is really, really different. It's like a mix between Need for Speed Undercover, which was not a very great game, to be honest, and it's and Burnout Paradise, where you can do the crazy drifting where you just tap L2 or the left trigger or whatever it is on the Xbox 360, and you can just drift round a corner, and you'll straighten back up, use your nitrous, and yeah, the handling is a bit dodgy, so it's something you really have to get used to. It, like, it's hard to, you know, if you're trying to do a near miss on a car, you've got to time it just right, in order not to hit them. You've got to turn just slightly, otherwise it's hard to make a good call on whether or not you're close enough until you actually hit the car. It's also got this very cool feature, which I should have touched on. It's called, I forgot what it's called. I think it's like a theatre mode sort of thing, but I think it's called Snapshot or something like that. I'm gonna have to look it up. And basically you can pause a single player race at any time, and you can go into this sort of snapshot mode, and you can zoom around your car, and you can add effects, certain levels of blur. You can see what cars, you know, are behind you, and you can get right in between crashes and such like that. Or you can also tap the R3 at any point, and it'll take a screenshot of whatever's on your screen. This works for online as well.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's a good addition. It's also got this auto log feature where if you beat somebody's time, you have the option to you know, boast about it and say, haha, I beat your time, and it'll show up on somebody else's board, and you know, you can boast to your friends about how you beat the time and things like that. And it always shows you that if you complete a race, it'll show you the person above you or the person below you, and it's a really score chase sort of thing. And some people like that, I don't really care so much about it, especially when my friend who's like got ridiculous times on every single board, you can try and beat his score and try and rub it in his face.
Just like, get a better time now, fool.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been beating your score for days, son.
For days.
So
that's one thing I've noticed about racing games, though, is that unless you're actually in a game with someone, the only way you can effectively compete with, like, your friends is, obviously, apart from if you're in their game, is just your times. And I've always found that to be quite a, I don't know, just something that's not really substantial enough for my liking. I don't like the fact that it's, like, based completely on that.
There's some people who are all about the community, and they're always trying to beat their own, you know, score time so they can have those bragging rights.
Yeah.
For them, you know, if you're that sort of person, then, you know, maybe you might want to pick this up. You enjoy this. If you've never played a Burnout game before, then definitely pick this game up. You will enjoy it. But Burnout Paradise was just awesome. They gave you so much, you know, value for money. You bought the game, they gave you, like, motorbikes for free, they gave you, you know, nighttime racing for free, they gave you all this sort of updates for free, and then they'd build that